Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's your boy Izzo33. Welcome you to this week's Anarchy Analysis Predictions video. We're covering the LCS and LEC's week 2 of playoffs for the LEC and week 3 for the LCS, and we've got a few games to talk about in our results that we didn't actually have in the video from last week, and we also have the actual tally-ups from last week as well. But without further ado, let us get into this week's video with a lot of things at stake for all the teams involved. So, let us quickly go over the results for last week. We'll start with the LEC. First game of the day was Schalke taking on SK. We predicted a 3-2. It was actually a 3-0 to Schalke, so we got one correct prediction. Let's get going. G2 versus Mad. I predicted this to be close. I went 3-2 to G2. Instead, we got a 3-1 to G2, absolutely smashing Mad in 3 of the 4 games that they played. As for the last game in the LEC, it was Fnatic versus Rogue, and whatever happened was Fnatic received their playoffs buff that they're deserving of. Not for how they played for the half the season, but they won this series 3-0, absolutely smashing Rogue in a pretty dominant fashion. As for the LCS, we saw Fly versus C9. And that was our other upset loss this week, as FlyQuest beat C9 3-1. No one expected that. As for the other matchup, Golden Guardians versus Team Liquid, I predicted TL to smash GG, but I expected GG to maybe pick up one game. But no, it was a 3-0 to Team Liquid over Golden Guardians. And now we get into our 2 results that we did via Twitter. As you can see on your screen right now, I predicted C9 versus EG. I predicted it to be close and went with a 3-2 in favor of C9. The actual result was a clean sweep 3-0 in favor of C9. So we got the correct team predicted correctly, but we didn't get a result. And the last result that we predicted on Twitter was the TSM Golden Guardians rematch. And what do you know? I predicted a 3-2 to TSM. I expected it to be close. And obviously TSM brought in Biofrost over Treats because of recent form, I guess. I don't know why. But I predicted TSM to win 3-2. They won 3-2. So you know these actual prediction. That's our first actual perfect prediction this split. Let's have a quick look at the results and we'll discuss them in a second. So last week there was only 3 games in the LEC, and of the 3 we only got 1 wrong, so that's 2 out of 3, taking our total to 54 out of 93. As for the LCS, there was 4 games over there. They had the 1 extra game because of the extra lower bracket, and we got 3 out of the 4 games correct, and 1 perfect prediction of the week. So I just added that on there as well. That takes us up to a nice total out of 99. Anyway, let's get into this week's predictions, where we've got 4 games to talk about and then 1 Twitter prediction that we'll discuss in a bit. Our first game for this week is Mad taking on Schalke. This series, there's a lot at stake for both teams, as this is the 4th world spot up for grabs. If Mad win this, they go to Worlds. If Schalke win this, the miracle run is complete and they go to Worlds. 1 team's going, 1 team's eliminated. Who do I want to win and why? I've gone with Schalke over Mad 3-2. And I believe it's down to how the forms turned out for Mad in the past few weeks. Ending this split, they've not looked good at all. They've been shaky. They've had only realistically 1 good performance, and that was against G2 in a best of 5 that they ended up losing. Schalke's can be a harder opponent in my opinion than G2. Even though G2 step up in playoffs every single season, Schalke have stepped up through the entire split, and I think they're going to win this game overall. Well, it's time to cover the grand finals from last split as our Anarchy Analysis match of the week. It's G2 versus Fnatic. One team advances to the grand finals, the other drops down to face either Rogue or whoever wins the Mad Schalke series. And honestly, this is going to be an interesting battle, and I honestly have to give this matchup to G2. I've gone 3-1. I expect it to be a close series, but I expect G2 to have answers to how Fnatic drafted against Rogue, and as a whole, absolutely smashed them in lane, and smashed them and put the weaknesses that Fnatic have had the entire split on display yet again here in playoffs. We cross the ocean to the LCS now, and we go into our Anarchy Analysis match of the week here. It's for the final playoff spot here in the NA region. It is TSM taking on C9, and this matchup, I always go against TSM in their matches against C9, and the last time they faced off, TSM won. FlyQuest beat this C9 roster, and the last time TSM faced against FlyQuest, it was a close battle. I expect TSM here to win this series. Shock me predicting a TSM win 3-2, and I think it's going to be that close. I think it's going to come down to a game 5 where TSM are just going to step up and absolutely decimate this C9 squad. And now the last game in the LCS to cover this week is FlyQuest versus Team Liquid in the battle for the grand finals. Winner of this advances. The other goes into the lower bracket finals where they face either TSM or C9. This matchup I think will be close, considering the fact these two teams perform very well against their counterparts in the upper bracket semi, where they beat out C9 and Golden Guardians respectively. But for this matchup, I think Team Liquid will win this 3-2. It's going to be very close. Obviously, FlyQuest have looked good, but Team Liquid have looked the best so far in playoffs, and I by far think they're going to win this entire thing at this stage. Anyway, that's going to be it for our actual predictions we can make right now. We've got one game that's going to be happening though on the Sunday that we're yet to predict, and that is going to be Rogue versus someone. And usually if I don't know who it is, I'm going to make the prediction on Twitter, so be ready and expecting of that matchup to be done on there. And I don't know who I'm going to go with in that series, because I think it'll be close nonetheless, so expect a 3-2 prediction to whoever I sees in that matchup. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for this video. I know this one's quite short. It's probably one of the shortest predictions we've had this split, and as such, let's end it here with a, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here if you want to, and I will be seeing you guys later. Peace out.